Hi, it's me again, a good dog. Today it's about 6 things. They sound simple, but they mean more to me than almost anything else. And here's the best part. Most of them cost you neither time nor money. You're already doing some of them, probably without knowing why they work. But there's at least one on this list you're missing completely. Maybe two. Stay until the last one. It's not the one you'd expect, and it changes how you'll see everything before it. Let's get into it. The first thing on this list sounds too small to matter. That's exactly why nobody talks about it. Your morning starts. You reach for your phone before you reach for me. I understand why. It's automatic. It's not unkind. But here's what it does on my end. Dogs are wired to orient around one thing first thing in the morning, a social anchor. In your home, that's you. It's just how I'm built. While you slept, my whole world was paused. You're not a small part of my day. You're most of it. So when the first 5 minutes go somewhere else, I register something. Not dramatic. Just quiet. Not yet, not me, not first. Researchers who study stress in dogs have linked consistent morning interaction with lower baseline stress across the whole day. It's a small window with a long reach. Here's what you can do. Before the coffee, before the phone, find my eyes and say my name like you mean it. 30 seconds. That's the whole ask. I'm not asking to be your first thought. I'm asking to be a thought at all, before anything else gets there first. Keep this one in mind, because by the time we get to the last point, you'll see exactly how far 30 seconds can reach. Second thing, the walk. Specifically, the part of the walk where you say, "Come on," and I haven't finished. You experience the world mostly through your eyes. I don't. My nose does most of the work yours does. My nose has far more working parts than yours does. That patch of grass you've watched me sniff for the 10th time in 2 minutes isn't nothing to me. Maybe it is a whole book. Every dog that passed through here left something behind. Who they were, how they were doing, how long ago. I'm not stalling. I'm reading. Your whole street is a story I've been trying to finish for years. And every tug on the leash closes the book mid-sentence. You'll tug the leash and say, "We don't have time for this." I promise you, the story doesn't take that long. You're just used to reading faster than I do. Studies on off-leash sniffing time have found something surprising. Dogs who get to sniff freely don't just seem calmer afterward. They test as more optimistic, less stressed, and more relaxed. Here's what you can do. On at least one walk a day, let me lead with my nose, and you follow with patience. 20 unhurried minutes does more for me than an hour of just walking fast. Every time you stop pulling and start following, you're telling me something. My needs count here too. Third thing, and this one's about you, not me. Specifically, about your voice. You probably don't think about how you sound when you talk to me. I think about it constantly. Researchers using brain imaging have found that dogs process the emotional tone of their owner's voice in almost the same way humans process each other's tone. Not just the words. When you use that warmer, slightly calmer voice, the one you probably don't even notice yourself using, my heart rate actually drops. My whole body lets go of something. When the words are the same, but the warmth isn't there, I stay alert. Not because of what you said, because of what wasn't in it. I can't tell the difference between "good boy" said kindly and "good boy" said flatly by the words. I can tell by everything else. No calming spray or anxiety wrap does what your voice does when there's real warmth behind it. Here's what you can do. Say my name like you're glad I exist. Every time you walk through the door, it costs you nothing, and it's doing something no toy or treat can do. You already know the difference between your two voices. The question is just whether I can count on which one shows up. Fourth thing. Playing with me. And I mean actually playing, not standing still while you check your phone and toss something in my direction. There's a difference between keeping me busy and actually giving me something I need. That difference matters more than it looks like it should. Every dog carries some version of an old drive. Chase, retrieve, tug, hunt. It doesn't go away just because I live on a sofa now. It has to go somewhere. When it doesn't get to come out and play, it comes out somewhere else. Your shoes know what I mean. So do the cushions. I'm not proud of the cushions. It's not that I'm badly behaved in those moments. It's that the energy had nowhere else to go, and I found somewhere. Here's what you can do. Make the toy unpredictable. Let the game build. Slow, then a burst, then a pause. Let me win sometimes. And bring it down gently at the end, so my whole body gets to come back down with it, not just stop cold. When you're actually in the game with me, not just running it, I don't just see playtime. I see someone who gets what I'm made of. That's a different kind of bond than the one built from treats and pats alone. Keep that in mind for what's coming. Fifth thing. Do I have a place that's completely mine? Not a crate I got put in as a puppy, a spot I chose, where nobody calls me back 30 seconds later. I'm not just a social animal. I'm an animal that also needs to withdraw sometimes, genuinely, without being followed there. When that space actually gets respected, dogs measurably carry less chronic stress. The key word is respected. A spot that gets interrupted isn't a retreat. It's just a bed with extra steps. You give me the corner, then you call me off it because you wanted to say hi. I understand why. I still lose the thing I went there for. It happens so gently you'd never call it an interruption. But from where I'm lying, it is one, every time. Here's what you can do. Give me a place, and when I go there, leave me there. Don't call me back to say hello. Let me decide when I'm done resting. A dog who can't really rest can't really recover. And I need you to let me finish what I start when I go find that spot. Everything so far has been about what you give me while I'm awake. The last thing happens when I'm not even conscious enough to ask for it. And the sixth thing, this is the one I really want you to hear. You know the moment. I walk over, circle once, and lean my whole weight against you. Your arm goes numb. You don't move anyway. Sleep is the most defenseless a body ever gets. Every instinct in me should say, not here, not like this, not next to something that could hurt me. When I choose to fall asleep against you anyway, that's not me being lazy or convenient. That's the most honest thing I know how to say without words. Out of every corner and every surface available to me, I chose you. You're the safest thing I know. Think back through everything on this list. The morning that told me I mattered. The walk where you followed instead of pulled. The warmth in your voice. The game you actually showed up for. The space you learned to respect. Every one of those was a small deposit. This is the moment they all come back to you at once. It's not a coincidence that the dog who gets all 5 of the first things is also the dog who falls asleep on you the fastest. And every time you stay still for it, even when it costs you your comfort, your show, your plans, you're answering that the only way that actually counts. Here's what you can do. Nothing. Just don't move. That's the whole point. It was never just a nap. It's everything on this list, arriving all at once with nowhere left to go but into you. 6 things. The morning, the walk, the voice, the game, the space, and the moment you don't move. You're probably already doing 2 or 3 without knowing why they matter this much. But I'd rather you know exactly what you're giving me, and what it costs me when one of them goes missing. None of them take money. Most of them take under a minute. All of them are things only you can give me. Nobody else in my life can give me these. Not the other dogs at the park. Not the treats in the cupboard. Just you. So tonight, when I lean against you and don't move, you'll know exactly what that is now. Not an inconvenience. Not a cute story to tell later. Everything on this list, arriving at once, choosing you again. I'm a good dog, and I've been trying to tell you all 6. See you next time.